All right, we're here. Got Alex Cobb in the Giants clubhouse before the Giants take on the Rockies today in Salt River. How's camp going for you? How's spring?
It's been great. Just trying to get accustomed to a few different rule changes, getting to know some new guys on the team, getting your delivery dialed in. It's all going smoothly so far. I mean, we like 2 or 3 weeks in, so hopefully we'll start getting to more of like a game atmosphere here and get ready to get rolling.
The pitch clock deal. I mean, I saw you. I just been back in the Bay the last week. I saw you had some comments about that. How do you like it? Do you not like it? As far as, do you think it needs to be adjusted, tweaked?
Yeah.
How's it impacted you?
I'm all for it. I mean, my comments kind of got taken out of context a little bit. I really am all for it. I think that there's a lot of unnecessary wasted time in the game, and as somebody that has to sit there and watch 162 of them a year, I appreciate the idea of cutting that out a little bit and shortening the game. I also, as a player that's done it for 20 plus years, is one way. A little bit of an adjustment the first time out, and it was difficult, but worked on some things in between outings, and then the second time was a lot more comfortable with it, and I'm sure that the next time out will be even more comfortable than that. So I think it's a good thing. I think that they're going to make some adjustments to it before the end of camp, hopefully, and make it so it's a win-win for everybody.
Does your conditioning have to be different to get it, throw it, get it, throw it, get it, throw it all day? I mean, especially you're in St. Louis, it's July, you're sweating, you want to go to the rosin bag. I mean, there's different climates.
Yeah, that's going to be a big challenge.
Yeah.
As of right now, I've threw 3 innings last outing and definitely could feel some fatigue. It's going to be when those innings where things are unraveling, that you're behind in counts, guys are getting some hits, circling the bases, that you usually take a second, step back and slow it down. Those are going to be a real challenge to slow it down within the time that you have. And you throw that on top of start in the middle of July in St. Louis, like you're saying, and you're going to have to be at peak performance conditioning-wise, but you can only get there by pitching. I mean, we train all off-season and try to get to that point, but you're not able to convert that into pitching conditioning until you actually are out there pitching and doing it.
When the season ends in September or October, preferably October, you guys shut it down. What does your arm feel like at the end of the year, at the end of this marathon? Is it unbelievable fatigue? Are you getting rub downs on it? I mean, your shoulder, your elbow. I mean, how does your body feel at the end of the thing?
Pretty painful. I mean, there's just these aches and pains that your body kind of adapts to throughout the course of a season, and the adrenaline kicks in, and on game day, and you're able to get through it. And then at the end of the year, when you shut down and you just stop getting your treatment, getting movement, you're just kind of a normal person going and sitting on the couch for a few hours a day, and not doing much physical exercise. Then your body starts to kind of lock up on you a little bit, and that's why a lot of people don't take much time off anymore. I took like 15 days off this
That's it.
Yeah, and then start trying to get back into it. Maybe 3 days a week, but sitting around for that long. I used to do a month plus of shutdown, and it just took too long to get my body going again. So find it more beneficial just to kind of jump back into it.
I'm a broadcaster. I don't use my body to make money. I mean, I guess my voice, but for you, when your body is your livelihood, I mean, that's what pays your bills and supports your family. When you get tweaked and you feel wrong, do you panic? I mean, do you sit there and go, oh my God, I'm breaking down, or I'm not feeling the same, or do you just, can you just separate, yeah, I need my body to perform, but at the same time, aches and pains are natural. How do you know the difference between, how in tune are you as far as like normal aches and pains versus this ain't normal?
Pretty in tune. I mean, we have an incredible benefit of having training staff at our disposal all year, able to check in and get little aches and pains knocked out pretty quickly. I think that it's more on my mind in like off season, and if I wanted to go do something fun with the family, go skiing or something like that, I know that I can't risk getting injured doing stuff like that. So it's more on my mind during that. If I'm in season, I don't think about it. If I get hurt playing, then I get hurt playing. You can't play the game timid and afraid that you're going to get hurt. So as soon as you do, I feel like you end up getting injured. So during the season, it's not really on my mind. I just try to make sure I take care of myself in between starts.
I have 4 kids, a girl and 3 boys. What kind of family do you have?
I have a wife and 2 kids, yeah.
How old are your kids? Are they little, or?
The oldest one just turned 4, and the other one will be 3 in July. So
they're just starting to kind of be aware of what Daddy does.
Yeah.
Is that kind of cool for you
very
guys?
Cool. Yeah, it's very cool. Gave up a 3-run home run the other day, my first outing, and my daughter asked my wife if I was sad out there. So it's cute. It's she gets excited to go to the stadium. She gets more excited to hang out with everybody else's kids and
right.
Have daycare at the field and stuff like that. So it's cool. It's fun to be able to travel with them. They go on a lot of road trips and see different cities, and just to be able to do what I love to do and still have them on the road with me is a lot of fun.
What are you trying to get done this spring? I mean, I saw you the other day. You're high 90s, like 96, 97, I think, on the gun. Are you working on things? Is there certain things you benchmarks you're trying to hit throughout the spring? Veteran pitcher, you've been through this, so what happens out here doesn't really matter for you, I guess, in a lot of ways. But what are you trying to get out of these Cactus League games?
You're just trying to get your movement down that creates the shapes that you're trying to get. Obviously, the games don't matter, but you're definitely trying to compete and get outs, and it's nice that you're able to do that in a stress-free environment and not worry about the results. But at the same time, I've never stepped on the mound not trying to compete and win, whether that be just the at-bat or these games you don't really have control what happens. You're going 3 innings, so I'm just trying to compete the best I can. Learning how to compete is a challenge in itself each year. Just remembering the level of intensity that you got to get to.
The rotation, does it matter who's before you in the rotation? As far as, do you care if it's a righty that has similar stuff as opposed to a different look? Do you see hitters that are more on your stuff if you're coming out a day after somebody who looks similar?
No, I might have thought that early on, but
not the case now.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think that we knew as much as we do now, because everybody's shapes are so much different, and now we have ways to quantify it. But before, we thought if a righty was on the mound that had similar velocity to us, that you were at a disadvantage. But I don't think we think that anymore.
One strategy question I've always wondered.
I gotta get going in a second.
Last one here for you. Do you design your strategy, or is it designed from the organization? I mean, how much control do you have about how the game plan of how you want to attack hitters on a particular day?
It's all a team effort. I certainly have my input on what I think I need to do to attack hitters, but our front office is really impressive in the way that they're able to digest the data and give it to us and make us see things probably that we might not have seen beforehand. And then we get with the catchers and we formulate a decent game plan. And, as the game is going on, you have to make some certain adjustments here and there, but it's really a collective effort.
Hey,